Yeah, good evening. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Online students? Okay, done. So in today's class, we are moving on to the next concept called as conditional statements, right? So from here onwards, we are going to discuss the programs. The programs, actual program starts in the Python from now, in the today's class onwards. Now, till now, whatever we have executed, that is the basic parts. Like what are the basics we have discussed just as a small recap. So the basics of core Python. So in the core Python, we have seen first what are the different types of values and what is variables. First, we have seen what are the values, what is meant by values. Second, we have seen what is meant by variables. And according to the values, based on the values, so variables are nothing but which will store the values, the variables, single variable or multiple variables, which will store the value. So you have to remember most important thingly, left side if you are having the one variable, okay, left side if you are having a single variable, right side you can have either a single value, you can have a single variable with single value, or you can have a single variable with multiple values. Left side can be single value, but right side can be multiple values. When you are having the multiple values without assigning any kind of bracket, it will take by default tuple. The default is tuple. It is going to consider the tuple, right? Next, coming to the values, what are the when you want to store the multiple variables, I mean multiple values, if you want to store, you can select the multiple variables on the left hand, and on the right side you can take the multiple values. So these are the different options of variable assignment which we are having, right? Now, what are the values we are having? In the values, based on the values, we are having the data types. Okay, based on the value. So each value will be stored in the each data type. So we are having the int, float, boolean, string, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So these are the data types. First one is int, float, bool, string, and list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So these are the data types. Out of these data types, these are called as fundamental data types, which can store only a single value. Data type that stores a single value. That stores a single value. What are the data types that store the single value only means? These are the values. Now, the data types which can store the multiple values, that can have store multiple values, store a multiple values. Which data types can store the multiple values means those are nothing but list, tuple, set, and dictionary. These four will store the multiple. Now coming to the immutable, which is immutable means it is includes the all the fundamental data types, immutable data types. Which are immutable data types means the data types like all the fundamental data types along with the tuple. These are immutable data types. Within the data types, these are the important points. Okay, and immutable data types. And second one is mutable data types. What is mutable data types means? In terms of balance, whatever the balance we are having, they are considered as mutable data types. What are the mutable data types means? List, set, and dictionary other than tuple. Other than tuple, remaining three of them are mutable, right? Now, here we are having in terms of methods. Which data types are having the methods means data types that have methods. Okay, that have data types that have methods. Which are the data types that have the methods means the data types are, first one is string data type, list data type, tuple, set, and dictionary. For all these 5 data types, we are having the methods string.upper, string.lower, string.capitalize, string.title, like that. List.append, list.insert, list.copy, tuple.index, tuple.count, set, or like this, we are having the different data types. Now, within the data types which are having the methods, now after the methods, which will store automatically in the original one means for the list, set and dictionary, after the method, it will store in the original data type. For list, set and dictionary, after method completes, after the method, whatever the method is there, the method completes, the value will be automatically stored in the original data type, stored in in the original variable. Okay, in the original variable, automatically it stores. Whereas for, okay, if you take the next one is called as, what are we are having, the balance 2 for strings, comma tuples. For these two, after the method completes, the value, what are the output is there, the output, instead of the value, we write the output. The output will not store in the original variable, not store. You have to separately take a one more variable name. So L is equal to 1, 2, 3 is there means L dot append. If you are doing the append of 4 means automatically after completing the append, this will be stored in the L only. So you no need to write separately L is equal to. But S is equal to Siva. If you write small letter Siva, S dot upper means it is going to convert this one to uppercase. But if you want to store the output, you have to write left side the variable name. For strings, you have to write clearly the left side one more variable name. For the mutable objects, you no need to write the variable name. Is the difference is clear now? This you no need to do. For the list, you no need to do. For the list, sets and dictionaries, you no need to do this one automatically. For the remaining things, that is what are the remaining two are there means strings and tuples. In the tuple, what are the index number? Tuple dot index, t dot index. You are going to get the index number. That index number you want to store means where you are going to store? By creating a new one. So like that you are going to create the new one. Is the points are clear, guys? So these are the things which we have discussed. Apart from the data types and methods, so we have completed string and its methods. What are the different types of methods are possible? List and its methods, and next tuple and its methods. What are the methods are there? Different methods. And set and its methods. Okay, methods are attributes. Methods are also called as attributes. Sometimes you will get the attribute error. What is that attribute error means? That method is not available. For example, if you are asking set is equal set for set.append, instead of using the set.add or set.update, you are using the like for example, you have taken s is equal to 1, 2, 3. S dot append of 4. If you are writing like this, it is throwing the error that set doesn't have the append attribute. Sets are having the add is there, update is there, but append or extend will not be there. Append and extend are related to the list. It will throw the error. What error? Attribute error. What is attribute error means? That attribute is not available. Attribute is also called as methods. Okay. Next, we have discussed the dictionary and its methods. Like this, we have covered all the fun data types, each and every data type. And finally, we have also completed the how to print within the Python, how to print the outputs. That is, output in Python is nothing but print function. Input in Python, how the user is going to give the input means that is input function. So these are the two things. And whenever the input function you give, it takes automatically in the string, and you have to convert the string to any other data type means you have to take the eval. Other than string, eval. If it is already in the string format, eval will throw the error. So you should know the user is going to enter the stringer, non-stringer. According to that, you have to give. If you are asking the please enter your height. Enter your height means automatically he has to enter the height in the number only. He can't enter the height as Siva. So in that case, automatically eval will work. But when you are asking the please enter your name, obviously the person is going to enter the name in the text only. There is no other option. For that, you no need to separately write the eval again. So which is non-strings only, eval you have to write. For strings, you should not write the eval. These are the most important things which we have to remember. And finally, operators. So these are the things which we have covered till now. From the day one of the class 2 till today, we have covered these. Now these are all going to be the fundamentals of the Python. Now whoever the person knows all these fundamentals and the syntax of this one, so they can execute the further programs. From now, programs. Now, so we are going to practice the programs. Now obviously when we write the programs, first time who are from non-IT background or who are completely new to programming, these people will get the common question, how to write the programs. Sir, how to start, means starting problem, where to start, how to think that one, that everything we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, easily you can write the programs, but for writing the programs, basics are required. Now here, after the programs, we are going to do some projects or anything. Those are called as applications. Okay, what are the project we do in the company? That is called as applications. Project is nothing but applications of the concepts. Once we know the concepts, just applying on the new data. Okay, on the new things, we are trying the applications. So project is nothing but applications on the new one. Okay, and these applications, whatever we are going to do here in the project, what we'll write means programs only we'll write. Okay, Python programming or Python programmers or Python developers, their work is only writing the programs. How to write the programs, all these things we are going to understand. So now for writing the programs, the next concept which we are going to discuss is related to programs. So programs includes, every program in the Python includes in terms of multiple lines. Program is multiple lines. Instead of a single line, now it is multiple lines. And now these programs, whatever we are having, programs will include in terms of based on the conditional statements and based on the loops, and third one is functions. If you know these three, programs can be completed. Any program. Sir, advanced concepts, loops concept, that concept, this concept, forget everything. Any concept, program is only these. Programs means by including these, we have to create the programs. Within the program, one more program like that, that is again shortcuts are there, that is advanced. But programs means basically these are the things. So which includes the conditional statements, loops and functions. So which we are going to discuss in the next today, tomorrow and day after tomorrow's classes. And now today we are going to start with the first one called as conditional statements and loops. So for conditional statements and loops, what are the conditional statements and loops are there? For both of them, we are going to have the common point. What is the common point we are having in both of them is block of code. We are going to discuss a new concept called as block of code. Now what is meant by this block of code? Block of code means set together will work or set together will not work. Okay, what is meant by block of code? Block of code means set of lines. It is called as a set of lines. Either completely will work, either together will work, or either all lines will execute, or all lines will not execute. If one line is executed means all the lines are executed. Otherwise, all the lines will not be executed. All lines are not executed. All lines will not get executed, will not be executed. Okay, this is called as block of code. So either all the lines will execute or all the lines will not be executed. Now, how we can know this, whether the given line of code is a block of code or normal line of code, means that will be separated by using the indentation. Now, what is this? Let us understand with a small example, guys, clearly. Okay, I'm starting here. First one, observe this. Here, block of code. First, I'm writing if. After if, I'm going to write some condition. You can write the condition as per your choice. So I'm writing the condition. What is the condition means? 1 is less than 3. That is the condition. First, it will check whether the condition was satisfied or not. If the condition was satisfied means it is going to print hello. Along with that, it is going to print Python. These are the two lines. Okay, this gap, what are this tab space is there now? That is called as indentation. That is called as indentation. Now, without indentation, I'm writing one more. Print SRK. I'm writing print SRK like this. This is the code. Okay, this is the entire program. 4 lines of program is there here. Now, what is the meaning of this one means? First, it is going to check the condition. If the condition is true, it will execute the block of code. What block of code? Which one is considered as block of code? These 2 lines only called as block of code. What about this line, sir? It is not called as block of code. Why, sir? Because it is outside. Block of code means indentation should be there. Then only it will be considered as block of code. If indentation is not there, it is called as normal line of code. Now, what is the difference means? If the condition satisfies means these 2 will execute. If the condition not satisfied means these 2 will not execute. What about this one? This will be executed irrespective of condition. It is not dependent on condition only because it is not the part of the block of code. Whether the condition is true or it will execute. Whether the condition is false or it will execute. It is irrespective. Now here, first condition is true or not? Yes, condition is true. Since the condition is true, the if block will be executed. What is the if block? These 2 lines are called as if block. Why it is called as if block means? Because within the if block indentation, these lines of code are there. Inside the if, what are the lines of code are there? They are called as if block. Now, for example, I am writing here if, after that colon. Okay, here I will write condition. One condition I will write, but colon. Inside that gap is there code. I am writing here code. Again, gap is there. I am writing one line of code. Something like this. Now, one more. Elif. Internally some code is there. Elif. Internally some code is there. Now, what is this code is called as? If block. What is this code is called as? Elif block. What is this code is called as? Elif block. For example, if it is inside the else, some lines of code is there. What is this code is called as? Else block. Within the for, some lines of code is there. What is for? Don't ask. Something is there. What is this code is now called as? For block. If heading is while is there, inside that some lines are there. By giving the gap should be there. Gap is there only, it is called as block of code. Gap is not there, it is called as normal line of code. What is this is called as? While block. What are the heading is there? Inside that part is called as that block. Is the point is clear? Now, here blocks is clear now. First block is clear. Block means set of lines, which is internal. Inside that it will be there. First point is clear. Now, second point is, now we are moving on to the first concept called as if block. What is the meaning of if block? Okay, these are called as conditional statements. What is meant by conditional statements means programs will be executed based on the condition. Programs are executed based on the based on the condition. Programs are executed based on the condition is called as conditional statements. They're based on the condition. Now inside this first one we are having the if. What is if is called as? If after the if you are having the something like this, it is called as function. Before to that, any variable name is there and variable dot is there, it is called as method. Variable name is not there, miss, it is not called as method. Bracket is there, miss, it is called as function. If bracket is also not there, miss, it is called as reserved word. It is called as reserved word. Now, here you are having, yesterday we have discussed one of them. What is that, miss? AND, A-N-D, logical operator. What is this one is called as? What is AND is called as? Either a function, method, reserved word. Which one? It is a reserved word. AND is called as reserved word. How you have identified that one, miss? Because bracket is not there. Now what is this one is called as? It is called as function. Bracket is there, miss, function blindly. Input function, print function, eval function, id function, length function. So what is the difference between this function versus this function? What is the difference, guys? This is called as function. What this is called as? Method. Which method? Which data type you are using? That method. Is the point is clear? So dot is there, miss, method. After the dot function is there, miss, it is method. After without dot something is there, miss, it is a normal function, general function. Right? Now coming to the if. What are the if you are having? After the if, you have to write the condition. How do you have to write the condition? Means the condition should be in such a way the output of this one should be either true or false. Either true or false. The output should be. If separately, if I execute this one, copy, I'm copying this one. Copy and separately, if I execute only the condition in a separate Jupyter cell, in the cell, if I copy the condition, if I do the shift enter, it has to give the output either true or false. Like that, you have to write the condition. So which one will give the condition like that? Means when you are using the comparison operators, logical operators, membership operators, or identity operators. When you are using these operators, automatically the output will be either true or false. So generally the condition should be based on these operators. So before learning the if and else conditions, what you should know? Operators. Without learning the operators, you should not come to the if and else class. If anyone has missed the previous operator class, my suggestion for you is online students miss, simply drop the class now itself. Offline students miss, please go outside now itself, because anyways you'll not understand. You have to do in front of me acting only, obviously. Whoever has missed the operators class, online students miss, simply quit the class, leave the meeting, today's meeting, because you'll not understand anything. Okay, so here I'm going to write based on the condition only. So here first you are going to write the condition. After writing the condition, once you have written the condition, after the condition, if the condition is true, means it is going to give the output. I mean, it is going to execute. Here, first, what is the syntax? I'm writing the syntax. What is the syntax? Means if condition, after the condition, internally you have to write the code, which is called as if block code. That is the syntax. Sir, only if is sufficient, along with the if anything, only if. I'm explaining only if only, nothing else required. Only if, simple. If one condition, internally some code. Right? After writing this code, if condition is true, what happens? It will execute. It will execute the if block. If the condition is true, it will execute the if block. If the condition is false, what are the condition is there? If that condition is false, then it will ignore, instead of execute, it will ignore the block of code. The entire block will be ignored. It will simply, according to the Python, that lines only not there. It is removing. Backend, it will remove simply. It is equal to comment. If the condition was failed, means entire block will be considered as a comment. It will simply ignore. Inside that, what mistakes are there, which one is there, what is there, that one, this one. It will not even check also. Condition failed means block will be ignored. Condition is true means entire block will be executed. Is the point is clear, guys? So if the condition is true means it will execute the if block. If the condition is false means it will ignore the if block. Now, coming to the first example, what is the syntax I have told you? First, you have to take the if. After that, you have to write the condition. I'm writing here if what. After that, I'm writing here some condition. After writing the condition, internally I have written some lines of code. Now, first it is going to do what? Check the condition. What is this condition answer? True or false? True. Since it is true, what it has to do? Execute the if block. So what is if block means? Print hello. Hello will be printed. Python. Print Python will be done. Sir, internally print should be there. Internal whatever is there. For example, print is not there. First, let us execute this one. Let us try with one more example. Okay. Now, in the second example, inside that print is not there. A is equal to 40. B is equal to 50. Now, condition was true or false? Again, this is now example number 2. Condition is true or false? The condition is true. Now, if block will be executed or not executed? Executed. What is the if block means? A is equal to 40, B is equal to 50. It will create two variables. Sir, you are not printing anything. No, sir. You have not asked anything now. Why it will print then? You are not asking anything, right? So what you asked to store 40 in the A, to store 50 in B when condition was satisfied. When condition was not satisfied, no need to store. So now see here, in this case, what happens? It is going to store. How you can know whether it has stored or not means ask A, see 40. Ask B, 50. Now I'm writing here 5. 5 is less than C. 5 is less than 3. And I'm writing C is equal to 55. D is equal to 60. Same way. Now condition is satisfied or not satisfied? False. When condition is false, what happens? It is going to ignore the entire block. It will ignore only this line. Huh? No, the entire block will be ignored. Now, since this entire block was ignored, now C, what is the C value? C value. What is the C value, guys? It is going to throw the name error. Because C was not assigned. This line was not assigned now. It was not completed, right? It has checked this one. It was not executed. This line, both are not executed. So what is the C means? It is going to throw the name error. If I ask what is D means, it is throwing the name error. It was not assigned. But when the condition was true, now if I ask C, see, C was stored with 55, D was stored with the 60. Inside that, if you write store means it will store. Inside that, if you write print means it will print. Inside that, whatever you write, it will do according to that. What you will write, your choice. Whether it has to be done or not done means based on the condition. Condition is true means, now see here, I'm writing here one condition. After the condition, name. Name is equal to input of enter your name. It is asking enter your name. Next line, I'm going to print. Okay. Hi. I'm going to print hi. And after the hi, I'm going to print the name. Now, since the condition was satisfied, it is asking me, please enter your name. My name is SRK. Hi SRK. For example, if the condition was not satisfied, okay, condition was not satisfied, whether it will ask the print input also, it will not even ask the input because these two lines are not even executed. It will not even ask, what is your name? When it will ask what is your name is when the condition is satisfied. Now, if you write directly here itself, true, you are only writing the answer only now. It will not need to even check also. You are only giving the answer also. So automatically when I execute, what is the answer? Whether it will ask the input or not, miss, it will ask because the condition is true now. It will ask, enter your name. So I'm going to enter my name as SRK. Either you can give directly the answer or you can give the condition. That is your choice. Is the point is clear? Now, so here I'm writing a function. What is the function, miss? Sorry, I'm writing the program. First, listen to the question properly. What is the question? Ask the user to enter the name. If the name was entered as SRK, print hello SRK. That is the question. What is the question? Ask the user to enter the name. Irrespective of if condition, ask the user to enter the name. Input of enter your name. Okay, ask the user. Now, what is the second one? If the user has entered SRK, means if name is equal to SRK, that is the condition. If the name was entered SRK, print hello SRK. So inside that, print hello. What are the name is there? Hello, the name. Already the name is SRK only now. So directly print hello SRK. Is the point is clear? Now the person is going to enter the name irrespective. It is not going to work on the if condition because first line is this one. I'm going to enter the Siva. Now Siva is equal to SRK? No. So since no, what is this block will be executed? No, this block will be ignored. No printing. Sir, why it is showing this one, sir? This is this line now. This is not this line, right? Okay. Now again SRK. Now condition was satisfied. Since condition was satisfied, what is the output? Hello SRK. Is the point is clear? As per the question. Question was given like that. Answer was writing like this. So programs we are going to write based on the question. First understand the question and according to that we'll write the answers. Now next hello print Python. Now here this is the program, entire program I'm executing. Enter your name, that is first line. My first line is Siva. Now if Siva is equal to SRK, it will ignore. What it will ignore? Which lines will be ignored? Line number 3 and 4. Only these two will be ignored because only these two belongs to the if block. Okay. This is basically, to be more precise, line number 4 will be ignored. Even line number 5 also completed because it is going to check the Siva is equal to SRK or not. It is going to check. So internally, whatever you have written, that is called as block of code. That part was ignored. Now this is going to ignore these two lines. Then what about the print Python? Print Python will be executed or not? Executed. That is not a problem. Why print Python is executed? Because it is not dependent on the block of code. Now let's keep this one inside one tab space. Tab. I'm clicking on the tab. Now print Python is part of the if block or not part of the if block? It is a part of the if block. Now I'm writing Siva. Now print Python will be executed? No. Simple. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Right? Now SRK. If I'm writing here SRK, name is equal to SRK. Since both of them are satisfying, what it is going to print? hello SRK. What about the Python? Python also will be printed. So hello SRK along with the Python. This is if block. If block is clear for everyone. First one is completed. If block is completed. Now, along with the if, we are having the else. Now, else. What is meaning of else? Means if the above condition failed. So, directly can we use the else means? No. Directly we can't start with the else. Now we are going to discuss the next concept called as else block. If block was completed, now we are going to move on to the else block. Now with the else, what is the syntax? What is the syntax of else? Syntax of else is directly you have to use the else and you have to keep the colon immediately. Else colon. After that, you are going to write the code, block of code. This is called as else block because it is the part of else. It is called as else block. Right? Now, what is the meaning of else block? What is the meaning first? What is the meaning means if condition is failed, if condition, if block condition, to be more precise, I am writing clearly, if block condition is failed, execute else block. If condition was not failed, if block condition was not failed, is not failed, then ignore the else block. Now, so else block has to be work means first what it has to see, if condition it has to see. Whether if condition was satisfied or not satisfied, we have to check first. So directly we can use the else. Only else can we use? No. Without if we can't use the else. So obviously if has to be written after that condition colon inside that block of code. That is mandatory. First if condition should be there because else will work only when the if condition was failed. Without if, else only will not be there. Is the point is clear? So directly we can't start with the else. Else meaning only that is not there. That option is not available. Try this option. That is the meaning basically. Now here I'm going to write same example. One more. First I'll write the question. For your understanding, I will write here the question. Write a program. Okay. First ask the user to enter the name. Ask the user to enter the name. If name is SRK, print hello SRK. Otherwise, print you are not SRK. You are not SRK. This one. That is the requirement. What is the requirement means? Ask the user to enter the name. If the name was entered SRK means hello SRK. If the name was not SRK means you have to say you are not the SRK. That is the requirement. Is the point is clear? Now, here first ask the user to enter the name. Input of enter your name. Okay. He is going to enter anything. I don't know what he will enter. Now, if name was entered as small letters SRK or if the name is equal to caps lock SRK also, anything, either small letters or caps lock or anything, or he may enter a combination also, small letter S, caps lock or small k. Anything can be there now. So how many things I can take like this? It is not possible. Simply I will take the name dot lower. Now, whatever he writes, finally will be converted to lowercase. Everything will be converted to lowercase. He may enter caps lock S, small r, caps lock K. Finally, it will be converted to small letters SRK only. He may enter anything. Finally, it will be converted to lowercase. So, if everything are equal to lowercase of SRK, now it has to print the, what it has to print? Hello SRK. Now, he has not entered SRK. He has entered something else. Then what it has to print? Print, you are not SRK. Now, here how many blocks are there? 2 blocks. Which block will be executed? Either if block or else block. Any one all will be executed. Whether 2 blocks will be executed? Is that possible? No, never the 2 blocks will be executed. Whatever the scenario, never 2 blocks will be executed. Else executes only when the if condition is failed. If condition will execute when the condition is satisfied. So condition satisfied means this will execute. Condition failed means this will execute. A condition cannot be with both satisfied and unsatisfied now. Either true will be there or false will be there. True false output will not be there now. So any one only will be executed. So now I'm entering the name as, my name is caps lock SRK. Now what it is going to do? Name.lower. Name.lower means small letters SRK, and it is going to give the hello SRK. Now I'm going to enter the caps lock R, S, small letters RK. What is the answer? Hello SRK. That is also satisfied. Now I'm entering the Siva. Now if condition was failed, since if condition failed, if block will be ignored, which block will be executed? Else block. Automatically else block, you are not SRK. In that whatever is there, it will be executed. Inside that print is that means print will be executed. Sir, inside the else block, if you write A is equal to 40, B print A plus 20, then what will be executed now? I'm writing here Siva. What is the answer? First, if condition will work. First, if condition will work. No, if block is failed. Now, what is the answer? Else block. In the else block, what is there? You are not SRK. A is equal to 40. Print A plus 20. Now, what is the answer? So, you are not SRK will be printed. Along with the 60 also will be printed. Inside that, whatever is there. Inside that only prints only should not be there. Inside whatever the program said there. My meaning is internal program will be executed. That program might be if, print, that program might be variable, that program might be list or anything. Okay. Now let's take an example here. L is equal to 10, 11, 12. List. Now, okay. Now here I'm writing the print you are not SRK L dot remove of 10. Okay. And I'm printing the L also. After removing the 10, I'm printing the L. Now here I'm printing the L dot append of 13 and print L. Okay. Now observe this one and tell me. I'm writing here SRK. Now what is the answer? First this line completed. What is next one? This one. What it is going to do? It will create one object. 10, 11, 12. L. Okay. This line is also completed. This line completed. This line completed. Now SRK is equal to SRK. Satisfied. Condition satisfied. What is it going to give? Hello SRK. So it is going to print the hello SRK. Okay. After that, L dot append of 13. 13 will be added. After that, print L. Now what is the print L? List of 10, 11, 12, 13. Now this is also completed. This is completed. This is completed. Now it will come to here. Else. Whether else will work now? No. Because already if is working means by else will work. So this entire block will be ignored. So what is the output means? Hello SRK 10, 11, 12, 13. List of 10, 11, 12, 13 is the answer. Now let us try with the Siva. What happens? This line is completed. It will create one more times fresh shell. Now what is the fresh shell? Means this one again. Again 10, 11, 12 only will be there. Now it is equal to SRK means no, this condition was failed. If this one was failed, automatically it is going to say you are not SRK. It will remove the 10. So 10 is removed. Now what is the L miss? Only 11 and 12. And I'm going to get the list of 11 and 12. First, you are not SRK followed by list of 11 and 12. Is the points are clear? Inside that, what are the code is there? Okay, is the clear guys, everyone? So like this, you are going to write the conditions, if and else. See, all these are examples which I have used for the previous batch. You can create instantly infinite examples. Once we know the concept in a flow, what are the example we get, we can use like that. Right? Now tell me guys, in a fast, what is the answer of this? If I execute this particular Jupyter Notebook cell, what is the answer? Write in the notes, everyone. Write in the notes. If I execute this cell, what is the answer? If block is ignored and it is going to print DS. Done. What is the answer of this cell? Write the answers in the notes. Don't tell outside. Write the answers in the notes. Cross check. So 5 is equal to 5. Condition satisfied. Condition satisfied means if block will execute, answer is SRK. Done. You have made correct answer means tick mark. Make the tick mark in the notes. Wrong means strike and write the reason. What is the mistake you have done? 3 is equal to 5. Print SRK. What is the answer? Write in the notes. What is the answer? If I execute this cell, what is the output? Completed? So 3 is equal to 5 means condition failed. Condition failed means if I execute this one, nothing will be the output because these two lines are ignored. Empty cell, it is equal to empty cell. If you execute an empty cell, what is the output? Nothing will be the output. Nothing will be the output. Similarly, if you keep these two lines also, what are the two lines you are having? And if you execute also, nothing will be the output. It will not throw the error. Simply lines are ignored. It is equal to comment now. If you are keeping in a cell comment and if you do the shift enter, what happens? If you write only the comments and if you do the shift enter, what happens? See, I'm writing here comment SRK and one more comment Siva. And if I execute, number is there, but any output is there? Nothing is there. Cell was executed. This is not an error. But at the same time, there is no use. Similarly, this one also same. Nothing is the output. Now, 1 is less than 2. What is the output? Data science by SRK because condition was satisfied. Now, what is the output of this? 1 is greater than 2. Condition was failed. Condition was failed means if block will be ignored. What is the answer? Only caps lock SRK. Again, what is this? 1 is less than 3. 1 is less than 3 means condition satisfied or not satisfied? Satisfied. So it will ask, what is your age? I'm entering my age as 20. B is equal to 35. C is equal to A plus B. In the A, what is there? Into 20 is there. B is 35. C is equal to into 20 plus 35. Into 20 plus 35 is 55. Print C. What is the print C? 55. Next, it is asking, enter your name. My name is Krishna. What is the answer? It will ignore. Nothing will be the output. Nothing will be the output. Next. So next, this one. What is the answer of this? Write in the notes. Already completed. If and else also completed, right? What is the answer? A is equal to, B is equal to, C is equal to 3, D is equal to 4. A is equal to B and C is not equal to D. A is equal to B. Condition is true or false? True. C is not equal to D. Condition is true or false? True. True and true. What is the output? Overall output is true. So this entire thing is equal to true. Now if block will be executed or not? Executed. What is the if block? ABC. What about the else block? DEF. It will not execute. And what about the SRK? Execute. What is the output? ABC and SRK. Now in this case, now A is equal to B, true. C is equal to D, false. True and false. False. So overall false. If block will be executed or not? No. What about the else block? Executed. DEF and print SRK. It is common. So DEF and SRK. Now what is this one? Original pin is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is original UPI pin. I am entering the pin. While doing the UPI transaction, I have entered the pin as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, what is the answer? Wrong pin entered. Right? Now, what is the answer of this? Marks is equal to eval of enter your marks. Your marks you have got 81.2. First, it will accept this data type or not? It will accept. Why? Because here you are writing eval. Okay. Now, so 81.2. What is the answer? You are qualified. Right? For example, I am entering here in terms of value like this. Yes, yes, yes. What is the answer? What is the answer? Where you are going to get the error? In the line 3 or line 1? In the line 1 itself, you are going to get the error. Why you are going to get the error? Because this is already in the string. For the string already eval is there. It is going to throw the error. Right? Now, here you have to enter the number. Marks means obviously number only should be entered. Okay, my marks are 68.86. Is the point is clear? Programs. Now this is already written programs, you are giving the output. Now how to write the program? This is executed program, you are giving the answer. Now you have to write the program based on the question. How you are going to write, miss? First you have to understand the given question. What is for this program? What is the question would be? The question is like this. What is the question is? Ask the user to enter the marks. If the marks are more than 70, say that you are qualified. Otherwise, you are not qualified. Otherwise, then else block will come. Without otherwise is there. If marks are more than 70, mention you are qualified. Then you have to write else only if. Only if. No need of even else also. Now tell me guys, S dot S is equal to 1, 5, 9. S dot discard of 1. In the backend, they have written the if. What are the this item is there? This item, let us give the name as A. If A in S, remove it. Just they have written remove it. What are the values there? Just remove. That is S dot remove of A. That is the backend code. Now, if it is available, it is going to remove. If it is not available, what it has to do? It will ignore now because you have not written else now. Else is not there now. So it is not going to throw the error. For example, you have written like this, remove. If the value is available, remove it. Else, give error that it is not available. Now in this case, what happens? It will print if the value is not there. That is the backend code. For discard, they have written only if. For remove, they have written if and else also. In the backend code of that function. Sir, what are those functions? Back and code, sir, how it works? You'll understand one by one. Slowly you'll understand. Once you enter into the if part, if is completed now, after that loops, after that functions only will come. When functions will come, you'll automatically understand how they have designed those things. Okay. Now, next concept is called as elif. The block name is called as elif. So first we have completed if, later we have completed else. Now we are focusing on the elif. In this, two words are there. L, if. L means condition failed. If means condition. So here it is a combination of condition failed, condition. So what is the syntax of this one means? Syntax. What is the syntax means? You have to write the elif. After that, you have to write the condition. 100% you have to mention the condition. And inside you have to write the block of code. What is this block of code is called as elif block. For your easiness, always remember if block, elif block, else block. Like that, if you mention, easy to work. While working, it will be easy. Right? Now, how this will work means, first it will check the if block condition. If block condition is true, if the if block condition is true, which will be executed? If the if block condition is true, which one will be executed? If block only will be executed. If block will be executed. Will be executed. No discussion on that. If block condition was failed, if the if block condition is false, now it will check elif condition. L means above condition has to fail. Which condition has to fail? If condition has to fail. Okay. Now it will check the elif block condition. It will check the elif block condition. And after checking the elif block condition, if elif block condition is true, it will be executed. If elif block condition, what are the elif block condition is there? If it is true, it will be executed. Elif block condition is true, elif block will be executed. Or elif block condition is false. If the elif block condition is false, elif block will be ignored. What is the order? So you have to use the elif means directly. Can you use directly elif without using the if? Can you use elif? No. Elif has to work means first if has to be there, mandatory. So which again you have to write the if condition. First if condition will be there, and if the if condition is false only, it will come to the elif block. Is the point is clear? Now let's try with an example. Now what is the example is, you have to write a program. Now I'll explain how to write the program with the example. Without showing the answer, I'll explain how to start, from where to start. Ask user to enter marks. Now if marks are greater than 90, okay, the excellent. Okay, you have to print the excellent. Similarly, if marks are greater than 70, it has to print as good. If marks are less than 70, greater than 70, good. Greater than or equal to, equal to 70, good. If marks are less than 70, you are failed. Always remember guys, IT industry will have the marks as 70. Cutoff score is 70. In the IT industry, there is pass marks are not 40 or 35 or anything. According to IT industry, pass means only 70. You have to get the job means your score should be more than 95. You should be in the top 5. Why? Because in the entire in this Hyderabad or in the IT industry presently, the people who are learning the courses, in that only the top 5 people are getting the jobs. Out of 100, 5 people are only getting the jobs. You should be always in the top 5. If you are in the 6th position also, the chances of getting the job will be less. So automatically always try to be in the top 5. Never drop below to the top 5. Because in the reality, as per the statistics, out of 100 people who are applying for the job, 5 people are getting the job. Is the point is clear? Now, so here, this is the question. Now for this question, what is the answer guys? What is the first line? Ask the user to enter the marks. What we have to write? Input of enter your marks. Now the marks will be automatically, obviously either it will be float or int. Now should I leave as this or should I convert as eval? Eval. Why you have to convert to eval means because we know that marks will be the numerical data. When you know that we are going to get the input as numerical, simply take as eval and write here marks. First line was completed. Ask the user to enter the marks. Ask the user to enter the marks. Completed. What is the next line of code? If marks are greater than 90. Okay. What you have to write here? If marks are greater than 90. Colon. You have to print the excellent. Okay. Now, again, can you write if? One more if? No, it is not if. It is elif. Means above condition was failed, come to below. This is not direct. First time you are checking the conditioner, already checked condition, you are checking one more conditioner. Second condition. When you are checking the second condition means when the first condition was failed. It is not the first condition now. Already one condition is there. This is second condition, and that too you are coming to this condition after failing the first condition. So it is elif. Is the point is clear? You cannot use the two if blocks. Only one if block will be available. Now, if elif marks are greater than or equal to 70, I am going to print in terms of called as good. Next, this is elif. After the elif, don't forget to give the space condition. That is the syntax. Otherwise, it will be considered this entire thing as the one variable name. If you give the gap between them, then it will be considered as this one as a reserve word. Elif is a reserve word. Okay. Now, next elif. One more means above condition was failed. Elif marks are less than 70. What do you have to print? Print as fail. Failed. That is the requirement. So according to the question, first line, this is the first line. For this line, what is the code? These two. For this line, what is the code? This one. For this line, what is the code? This one. According to the given question, I am writing the code. Sir, question will be that much of easy like that. That much of clear explanation will be there in the question. Though they have not given also, we will understand now. First, understand the question properly. Later, you write the code. They make you this much of easy understanding, or they make you in a by twisting the question. But still, you have to understand the question properly first. and you have to write the answer like this. Now, what are the answer you are having? The same thing from here to here. Copy, and I'm taking here in terms of paste. Okay. Now enter the marks. I'm entering the marks as 65. This condition was failed. It is checking the second condition. It was also failed. It was satisfied the third condition, and it is going to give the output as failed. Right? I'm writing the marks as 98. What is the answer? Excellent. Sir, can't we use the same program in this way? Like without using the second one, can't we write here else? Yes. But for the else, you should write the condition or no condition? No condition. Why no condition? If word is there only condition. Here it is here if word is the condition. In the elif also if word is the condition. Here there is no word of if. If means it is not checking the condition. It will execute blindly. When it will execute means if above all the conditions are failed, automatically else part will be executed. Now in this example, what is now here I'm writing 65. What is the answer? First condition failed, elif condition failed, else it will not even check the condition. It will execute automatically. Above two conditions are failed means it will automatically execute. What is the answer means? Fail. Now if you write here also it is the answer is same. Choice is yours. You can choose which or you feel easy. Which is the right option? Don't need to ask because both will give the same output. Which or you feel easy, that is the best choice. Now, how many if blocks can be written? Only one if block. In a code, only one if block. Can you take multiple if blocks? No. Now, how many elif blocks can be there? If block can be only one. Elif blocks, how many elif blocks can be there? Starting from 0 to infinity. No restriction. Your choice. How many you want, you write. If not required also, no need to write. In the first examples, whether elif is there, these are all the examples we have completed. Multiple examples we have completed. Whether we have used elif, no, there is no elif now. It is not compulsory. Elif is not compulsory. Okay. Now, what about the else? How many else can be there? Else can be either 0 or 1. Only one will be there. If it is required means only one will be there. Not required means no need to even write. Choice is yours. These are optionals. Elif block you can use, else block you can use. That is based on your requirement. Can we start directly with the elif? Can we? We can't start code with elif. We can't directly start with the elif. Obviously, if could be compulsory. If you are using elif means if is mandatory. Can we start directly with the else? No. We can't start the code with else also. If is mandatory. We can't start the code with the else. We can't start the code with the elif. If you have to use the elif means first if has to be used. You have to use the else means if has to be used. Elif is optional. If is compulsory. For using these two, if is mandatory. Is the points are clear? So now till now what are the options we have discussed means first we have discussed only if block. Second we have discussed if along with the else. Later we have discussed if with elif. If along with the elif also can be there without using the else. Where sir, what example? This example now. Just now we have completed one example. In this whether any else is there? No. Only if and ellipse are there now. So if and ellipse are possible, and followed by you can have the if along with the elif, along with the else. So like this, we have covered the four different types of things, four different types of examples. Now we are moving on the last one called as nested if. Before moving to that, any questions on these four? If you are having any questions, you can please ask what are the questions you are having. Next concept is called as nested. What is meant by nested? What is meant by nested list? Within the list, one more list. What is nested tuple? Within the tuple, one more tuple. What is nested dictionary? Within the dictionary, one more dictionary. Nested set? No, that is not possible. Within the set, one more set is not possible. No, that is no. Right? What is meant by nested means within that, one more. Similarly, nested if. What is the meaning? Within the if, one more if. Nested list how? Within the list, one more list. Similarly, nested if means within if, one more if. Simple. We'll see this one. Before moving to this, any questions on these four? No questions, right? Now, tell me answers. What is the answer of this? If 1 is greater than 5, a is equal to 50, print a plus 10. If 2 is less than 3, print data. What is the answer? Only data if condition was failed. What is the answer? If 1 is greater than 5, if 2 is greater than 3, what is the answer? It will not give anything. Empty. Nothing will be there. Answer will not be nothing. The Jupyter node, the cell will not give any output. Sir, it is not giving the output means because none of the condition was satisfied. So no output. If condition is satisfied, output will be there. Sir, for example, this condition was satisfied. A is equal to 50. Now, what is the answer? If I execute this cell, what is the answer? Nothing, output will be there. But 50 will be assigned. 50 will be assigned, but output will not be there. Why output is not there means inside that print is not there now. Without print, what you will see? Though condition was satisfied also, print is not there now. So print is not there means it is not printing anything. So you have to see the output means what you have to write? Print you have to write. Now this will be executed. 1 is less than 5 executed, a is equal to 50 executed, everything is done. But still this cell will be empty. The reason behind that is what are the block was executed for that particular block if print is not there. Sir, a is equal to 50 is there or not? How I can check? In the next cell you write a, cross check. A is 50 assigned or not, you can check. Is the point is clear? Now, what is the answer of this? Marks, evolve input of your marks. I am entering the marks as 95. My silly question. 95 will be satisfied by this one. 95 will be satisfied by this one. 95 will be satisfied by this one. Three of them will satisfy now. It has to print A, B, C now. Why? It will print. So here you have to come to this one means first condition has to fail. You have to see this one means it has to fail. Without failing this one, it will not even see all these things also. Okay. Now, so here I am writing the print mistake. It is a mistake. Can you see now? print instead of I am writing only pri. Okay, I'm executing 95. Now, what is the answer? Grade A. Hey, why it is not even giving the error? Error has to be printed means first it has to execute that block now. It has to enter into that inside. When it will enter inside? When the marks are greater than 80, less than 90, it will enter. So let us try with one more time. Now I'm entering the 82. If this is failed, now it will come to here. 82 is greater than 80. Condition satisfied. Condition satisfied means it will enter into the block. It has to execute this one. Now while executing, here the problem is there. So now it is going to throw the error that what is PRI? Name error. PRI is not defined. Why earlier you have not got this error? Why you are getting now this error? Because earlier it has not even entered into that. Now that block is used. This is executed. I told you now, executed, ignored. When it is executed, errors will come. When it is ignored, inside that whatever you write, comment, whatever you are writing in the comment, what is the problem? Inside the comment, if you write printing mistakes, something mistakes, what is the problem? They are considered as comment only now. Once this is ignored, in that mistakes are there, what is there, it will not even check. Sir, for example, here you are writing the mistakes, sir, EIL. Okay, again, see, invalid syntax. Reserve word itself, if you write the mistake, miss syntax. Because this entire block has to be considered with if and elif miss, it has to be used correctly. Is the point is clear? Now, that is the difference. Executing the code is different, writing the code is different. Now, here I am entering the 95 and it is not even checking all these things. It is ignoring. Literally, it is ignored. That is the reason here there is mistake also. It is not giving the mistake. Right? Now, what is the answer of this? Write a program to print the warning if the weight of the person is crossing 100 kgs. I am entering the weight as 105. Since weight is crossed more than 100, hey, you already crossed the 100 kgs, be careful. For example, the person was 99.999. Now, no. As per this, it has to cross. Is the point is clear? Sir, 99.999 means automatically it is equal to 100 now. A round is 100. Sir, then use the round clearly. Round of weight. First it will do the round of weight. And if the round of weight is greater than 100, then it will apply. Now, if you apply the round of 100 also, round of weight also, what is the round figure? 100 only. Then also it is not greater than 100 now. Then also it is not even greater than 100. Now, if I enter 99.999 also, now also it is ignored. Why now also ignored means? Because 100 is not greater than 100. Now, if I write here equal to, and if I write here 99.999, now round figure 100, 100 is equal to 100, it is throwing the warning. Is the points are clear? See, 56 examples we are trying in the class. Just what is this example versus what is this example means, how it works like this, how it works like this. These are called as practice. In the lab, what we'll do means this one only. If I add like this, what happens? If I do like this, what happens? If I add this one, what happens? What happens? You have to know miss, you have to write now. Points are clear? And next, what about this one? First, it is asking the question, have you completed all the tasks which were shared till now? Answer is either yes or no. If answer is yes means yes, no means no. Now I am entering the yes. Then if the response is equal to yes, then there is a high possibility you will get the job. If the answer is no, if I have entered no, SRK is not responsible for your career. Right? For the previous batch students, I have done this program while writing. Right? Next, for example, you have not entered yes or no. You have entered something else. I also don't know. I also don't know whether I have completed or not. Read the question properly and answer it. Right? So just we are writing the program like that. Right, guys? But in your case, what is the answer, miss? Sir, till now you have not shared the task. That is your answer. You are going to write, obviously. So for that, what is the answer, miss? Read the question. So as of now, it is yes. From today, you will get the task automatically. From today, task will be there. And the task questions are also not going to be 1 or 2 questions. It will be around 20 to 30 questions minimum. From today, every day you will get. Starts from today. After the class, immediately within 5 minutes, I will upload. Whether you can do the today night or tomorrow morning. Okay, sir, you are sharing now today, miss. You are saying that today you complete after the class. That is not my intention. You can do even in the tomorrow morning also. Okay, not in the night. You don't need to prepare in the night hours, morning also. Okay, but before coming to the tomorrow's class, you have to complete that. That is compulsory. Otherwise, what happens, miss? Line number 7 will be executed. Simple. Nothing else. If you don't do the task, what happens, sir? You will tell, complete the task, complete the task. If you don't complete, miss, what happens? Line number 7 will be executed. Simple. Nothing else. Okay. Now, so next, what is this? Enter the marks which are positive. So I'm entering the marks something like this, 87. Obviously, when you see the marks, you'll get the question, sir, yesterday's exam marks, you'll get tomorrow. Okay, offline students and online students, obviously you have the mind, what your exam marks. Online students correction was completed, offline students will be done tomorrow morning, and by tomorrow evening, you will receive the marks along with the correct answers also will be uploaded. Answers also will be uploaded, marks also will be uploaded. By tomorrow, before to your class only, it will be done. By tomorrow afternoon, everything will be completed. Now coming back to this question, what is the answer? The answer is grade B. Now, so what is the, now let us move on to the last one called as nested if. Within the if, one more if. This is more important. Why? Very simple. The reason behind that is, what are the questions I am going to share? It is based on more questions on this one only. So obviously this is more important. Now, what is nested if? Nested if means within the if, one more if. Now I am writing here if condition, one condition. Inside that, again if condition, one more condition. For this if block, what are this if block is there now? For this if block, this is the block of code. Inside the block, you can write anything I told you, right? You may write anything. This is the block of code. I have given the gap, tab space I have given. Inside that I am writing something. What I am writing is one more if I am writing. Anything you can write as per your choice. I am writing one more. For this one, again you have to give the indentation. Now here you are going to write the block. Block of code. Okay. Now, so let us see with an example. If, okay, if 1 is greater than, 1 is less than 2. Okay. Again, if 2 is less than 3. Print hello. Print hello. Before to this, I am writing here print srk. Okay. Now this is a program. Now first it will check the condition. Condition satisfied. Satisfied means it is going to execute the if block. Which block will be executed? Main if block. That is, all these 3 lines will be executed. If the condition was not satisfied, what happens? All these 3 lines will be ignored. Now condition was satisfied or not satisfied? Condition satisfied. Now what happens? 3 lines are executing. In that, what is the first line means? Print srk. Srk will be printed. Okay. Now it will come to this one. 2 is less than 3. Condition again satisfied. Now which block of code will be executed? Hello. And it is going to give the hello output like this. So what is the answer of this one, miss? srk and hello. Now let's take example number 2. Copy and paste. In this example, 2 is greater than 3. Now first condition starts from here. This is the question. 1 is less than 2. Condition satisfied or not satisfied? satisfied. Satisfied means all these three lines has to be executed or not executed. Executed. Now what is the answer? Now in that first it will complete this line. What is this line? Output means SRK. Now it will come to here. 2 is greater than 3. 2 is greater than 3. Yeah? No. Condition was not satisfied. What block will be ignored? If block will be ignored. Which if block? Outer block or inner block? Means only these two lines will be ignored. That block only will be ignored. Inside that block, whatever is there, that will be ignored if the condition was not satisfied. And what is the output of this one is only SRK. Right? Now, one more example. Example number 3. Now, here I am writing the else print hi. Now, tell me, first condition satisfied? Satisfied. Which block will be executed? All the lines will be executed. These all the lines are called as if block. This line is called as this if block. This one is called as else block. But all this combo is called as main if block. Now, first condition satisfied. Condition satisfied means first it will come inside the block. What is inside the block? SRK. SRK will be printed. Okay. SRK will be printed. Now, 2 is greater than 3. Satisfied? No. It will ignore. Which one will be ignored? These two lines only will be ignored. What about this else? Condition was failed. So it is going to execute. What is the output? So what is the answer of this overall program? SRK and I. Now, sir, this else is related to this one or this one? Means which are in the same line, those both belongs to 1. This else will execute if this condition failed, not this condition failed. Now here I am writing the next example. Let us move to the next example. Now here I am writing 1 is greater than 2. Now what is the answer of this one, miss? Else will be executed. This part will be executed. No, if this condition was failed, this entire part will not be executed now. Everything is ignored now. Inside that else also will be ignored now. This is part of inside. Okay. So entire thing will be ignored. And what is the output, miss? Nothing will be the output. For this part, nothing will be the output. One more example. Else print Siva. What is the answer? Now, since if 1 is greater than 2, this condition was not satisfied. This entire block was executed, ignored. Now this else belongs to this if, main if, main else, internal if, internal else. Is the point is clear? So since this entire block was ignored and else Siva. Now 1 is greater than 2. Sorry, 1 is less than 2. 2 is also less than 3. Now what is the answer of this one? This entire program. SRK, hello. What about this else plot? Ignored. Why it is ignored? Because this was executed. This else part? Ignored. Because main if was executed. Main if was executed, this else is ignored. This if was executed, internal else also ignored. Points are clear? If and else, everything. Anyone has any questions? Now, if no question, what is the answer of this? One is less than 3. Condition is true or false? True. Then 2 is greater than 3. True or false? False. This part is ignored. If this is ignored, which will execute? Else Python. Python will be executed. Output is Python. Now this else, it is ignored. Why? Because main if is executed. What is the answer, miss? Only Python. What is the answer of this? Pin is equal to 1234. Balance is equal to 2 lakhs. Now I am asking the user to enter the pin. The pin was entered 3456. What is the answer? So 34556 is not equal to 1234. This entire block is ignored. Inside that, what is that? Forget. Ignored. And directly it will come to the else. And what is the answer, miss? Invalid pin. Now I am entering the correct pin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what are the pin was entered correctly? Now since it is executed, automatically this part will be ignored. Only this block will be executed. In this block, what is there? First line, withdraw in input amount. Now it is going to ask the user to enter the amount to withdraw. When it is asking the user to amount the withdraw, means when it is correct pin only. For wrong pin, why to ask unnecessarily? Directly say that you are invalid pin. So for correct pin only, it is asking how much amount you want to withdraw. I want to withdraw 20,000. Now, what are the money I am trying to withdraw? It is less than the balance. So what is the answer? Executed successfully. Now, what are the money? First, I'll enter the correct pin. And what are the money I'm trying? I'm trying to withdraw is 3 lakhs. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Clear, guys? Anyone has any questions? Based on the if and else, if you are having any questions, you can ask. So total 65 different examples we have discussed within the Python programs. Other than that, we have discussed additional 10 to 15 programs. So multiple programs we have executed, we have tried. If you are having any questions, you can ask. That is the conditional statements. Within the if, how many additional if and else? One if, again within the inside that also one if followed by ellipse multiple ellipse. All this belongs to the main if only. Sir, within the if, inside the if, sorry. Within the if, internally if, internally if, internally if, internally if. Your choice, your wish. Okay. If this condition is true, means all this entire block will be executed. If the condition is failed only, how many internal ifs are there? Everything is ignored. If the main if only not satisfied, means completely waste. Is the point is clear? Same like that you can take as per your choice, right? Because we are not going to use that many. Once as a data analyst, once we move to the advanced now, these are all becomes the silly one later, right? Done. If you are having any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave. I'm just uploading the today's class along with the first I'm going to upload the notes. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to upload the notes. Yeah. If and else notes was uploaded and you can cross check. Yes. Online students, you can ask what are the questions you are having. Please ask what are the questions you are having. Online students. Chinmay, sir, I want to discuss 2 questions from the mock test. Could you unmute me or should I ask them in the message? Yeah, in the message itself you can ask, not a problem. No, no. Else means what is the meaning of else? Tell me what is the meaning of else? Meaning of else is only above conditions are failed. Above some conditions has to be there now. Without conditions, how you can start with the else? After if only else will be used. The meaning of else means all the above conditions are failed. After elif, after the else again can you use elif means already conditions you have checked. After, once conditions, all the conditions are failed, last condition is else. Always else should be in the last. Last. Yeah, Shanku, you can use. You can use elif also. Within the if, you can nested if, you can use the elif also. 100%. Shanku.
Just one question in some ordered data. So in order data types, options are list, tuple, dictionary, but set is not the
Question number?
Question number 27.
Question number 27. Just mention that same thing to my mail. You are having my mail ID na? srk.nareshit@gmail.com. Yeah, just mention that one. I'll cross check. Okay, let me check. Which of the following data types is unordered in the Python? Options are list, dictionary, tuple, and string. All these options are ordered only, sir. Which is unordered? Chinmay, this question answer is with respect to for the old version, it is dictionary. But for the latest version, the answer is even the dictionary is also ordered. Chinmay, for this question, we have forgot all the options are correct. So you'll get the full marks. Okay. Done. Yes, sir. I want to ask the same. Yeah. Even dictionaries are ordered as per the latest version. Yeah. In old version, dictionaries are unordered basically. Chinmay, 10 is equal to 10.0. True or false? It is true. Answer is true. Value wise, both are same. Comparison operator is used to check the value wise, not data type wise. Done? Chinmay, is your questions are clear? Yeah, done guys. Others, you can leave. If you're not having any questions, you can leave. Thank you. Bye and take care.